Reflections, Lesson 6.2. Standard is 8G1 and 8G3. The objective is to graph reflections on the coordinate plane. The essential question is how can you best show or describe the change in position of a figure? In a reflection, each point is the same distance from the line of reflection as its corresponding point. To reflect, we count the number of spaces, or units, to the line of reflection, and we continue to count the same amount of spaces on the opposite side to plot the corresponding points. If we look at the butterfly, the line of reflection is on the y-axis. So the wing's tip here is the same distance apart to the line of reflection as the wing's tip here. They are the same distance apart. So this is what happens to the coordinates when we reflect across the y-axis. The x becomes negative and the y stays the same. When we reflect across the x-axis, the x stays the same and the y becomes negative. Example number 1. Triangle PQR has vertices at point P12, point Q35, and point R4, -1. Graph the preimage and its reflection over the y-axis. List the new coordinates. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by plotting my points. So point P is at 1, 2. I'm going to go to the origin, go to the right 1, up 2. Point Q is at 3, 5. I'm going to start at the origin, go to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point R is at 4, -1. Start at the origin, go to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1. Now they did say this was a triangle, so I'm going to go ahead and connect my dots. And this would be called my preimage. So what they want me to do is reflect it over the y-axis. Now the y-axis is the vertical line going up and down. So what I want to do is make sure each point is the same distance away from the y-axis and do that to the other side. So point P is 1 away, so that means it should be 1 away on the other side. So that would be P prime. Point Q is 1, 2, 3 away, so it should be 3 away on the other side. 1, 2, 3. And that'll be Q prime. R is 1, 2, 3, 4 away, so it should be 4 away on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be R prime. Now I'm going to connect my dots. This is the answer. It's also called the image, so I'm going to go ahead and shade it in. So now they want me to list the coordinates. So remember what I said at the beginning. When we reflect over the y-axis, the x becomes negative and the y stays the same. So for P prime, that's going to be -1, 2. For Q prime, that's going to be -3, 5. And for R prime, that's going to be -4, -1. And those are our new coordinates. Example 2. Triangle HJK has vertices at point H -1, -4, point J -3, -5, and point K at -5, -1. Graph the preimage and its reflection over the x-axis. List the new coordinates. So first I'm going to start by plotting my points. So point H is at -1, -4. I'm going to start at the origin, go to the left 1, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Point J is at -3, -5. Start at the origin, go to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point K is at -5, -1. Start at the origin, go to the left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 1. They did say this was a triangle, so I'm going to go ahead and connect my dots. And that's our preimage. Now they're telling me that they want us to reflect it over the x-axis. So that's the horizontal line. So what we want to do is make sure each point is the same distance away from the line of reflection. So on the K, I'm 1 away, so that means on the other side, I should also be 1 away. So that's K prime. Now J is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I should be 5 away on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be J prime. Now H is 1, 2, 3, 4, so it should be 4 away on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be H prime. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect my dots. And then I'm going to go ahead and shade in my answer because this is our image. So now they want me to list the coordinates. So remember, at the beginning of the lesson, I did say that when we reflect over the x-axis, our x stays the same and our y becomes negative. So for H prime, it's going to be -1, +4. For J prime, it's going to be -3, +5. And for K prime, it's going to be -5, +1. And those are our new coordinates. Example number 3. The figure to the right is reflected over the x-axis. Find the coordinates of point A prime and point B prime. Then sketch the image on the coordinate plane. So first I'm going to start by drawing my line of reflection, which is on the x-axis. And this is also the horizontal line. So now I'm going to see how far away my points are from the line of reflection. So for point A, I'm 1, 2 away. That means I should be 2 away on the other side. 1, 2. That would be A prime. Now for point B, I'm 1, 2 away as well. So that means I should be 2 away on the other side. 1, 2. That would be B prime. So now I'm going to list my coordinates. So A prime is -2, -2. And B prime is +2, -2. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sketch the image. So it looks like I have a point about here. I have another one about here. Another one here. One there. Another here. One over here. One here. I have another here. And one about here. So I'm going to go ahead and make my lines. And that would be the reflected image.